So one of our most common lifts is going to be the squat. Three of the major ways that you're going to see the squat performed are going to be your front squat, your high bar back squat, and your low bar back squat. So I talked a little bit about those already, but I wanted to give a little bit of a clarification kind of all in one spot here. So our front rack position, that front squat, is going to bias the quads the most. That bar is going to lay in the front. I'll show you an example of each of these after. But that front bar squat is going to be really good for somebody who performs Olympic lifts, because that's going to be a spot where you might catch the bar in the lift. It's going to be really good for somebody who's looking to bias the quads for whatever reason. That could be for strength or even in bodybuilding to get some good definition to the quads. The high bar back squat, similar to the front squat, is also going to be pretty quad dominant. But both of those are going to require a lot of ankle mobility. So if your ankles are limited, you can see we already posted a video on a quick ankle screen. But if your ankle mobility is limited, those are going to be difficult positions to get into. Our other option would be our low bar back squat. So that bar just sitting a little bit lower down the back. The nice thing about that squat is generally you're going to be able to add on a lot more weight. If you look at powerlifting, primarily it's going to be low bar squatting, just because that affords you the ability to lift the most weight. The other nice thing about it is the challenge to the posterior chain. So posterior chain is going to be big in preventing injury. So basically our low back, our glutes, our hamstrings. So it's going to put a little bit more stress on those areas, because all of these, the bar is going to still fall in the same spot just above the middle part of the foot there, but by changing the placement of the bar on our body, it's going to bias different tissues. So I'm not going to go through a whole lot on the setup. I'm going to show you an example of each one. If you want to learn more about the safest way to do it, the way to set up where you can squat the most weight possible, and to find out which variety might be best for you, we are going to be hosting a squat clinic here in our clinic in Poughkeepsie, New York. I'm sure we'll probably capture a few clips from that for some of you that are very far away. But if you're around this summer and you want to come to our squat clinic, I'll be posting more details about that shortly. But I just want to show you first a front squat, then a high bar back squat, then a low bar back squat, and you'll be able to see from the different angles here, because we got the two cameras, how those look differently on the body. All good varieties. I use all of them myself, but they each have a different purpose. So let's start with our front bar squat. So we're going to then go into our high bar back squat, so that bar sitting right around the traps. And finally, we've got our low bar variety. So if you feel your shoulder blade in the back, you'll feel a bone that goes across the spine of our scapula. We're going to rest that bar just below that area. So those were our three main types of squats. If you want, again, more information on how to perform them correctly, would love to see you at the squat clinic. You can follow along on Facebook or Instagram to find out more information on the dates and times for the clinic.